Hey everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Tech Talk Tuesdays. I'm Jacob, and today we're going to dive into a topic surrounding conferences, and that's how to make the most out of the conference while you're at the show. Regardless of your industry, conferences are a fantastic way to grow your network and do business. Let's jump in. You want to start by making sure you pack the essentials for the conference. This will make sure you're prepared while you're at the show. You want to make sure you have the appropriate amount of business cards. It's better to overestimate than underestimate. You want to make sure that you have enough to pass out, as well as make sure you have some for networking events and other breakout sessions. You want to take notes on business cards that you receive. That way you can note important conversations and have more relevant and targeted follow-up. You also want to make sure you pack the right attire. Conferences are meant to be somewhat formal. You want to dress appropriately for the event, make sure you look professional, and this will help you feel confident throughout the show as well. Another important essential to consider bringing with you to the show is going to be a notepad and pen. Even though we're in the digital age, there's no replacement for that hard copy, having the ability to quickly jot down notes, write down ideas or takeaways that you learn at the show. It also makes for a little bit more organized and efficient follow-up when you get home from the event. Another thing to consider carrying with you when you're traveling for the show are chargers for your different devices. You never want to be left with a dead battery, especially at a show. You always want to make sure you have the ability to access the conference app, the map of the conference hall itself, and also you're probably doing a little bit of business while you're at the show as well. So you want to make sure that people can still get in touch with you. Now that we understand a little bit about what we need to bring with us to the conference, let's talk about how to make the most of these educational opportunities while we are at the show. One of the things you want to start by doing is reviewing your agenda in the conference hall map. You want to make sure you know where it is you need to be and when you need to be there, especially because you've predetermined the goals that you want to take away from at the show, and you want to use those predetermined goals to devise a plan that's going to allow you to make the most of the daily agenda at the show. This really sets you up for success. You want to make sure that you also attend conference-wide events like the keynote addresses and other important sessions like that. As far as the rest of the speaking sessions go, you want to focus on sessions that will make a significant impact on you and your business. While you're in those sessions, you want to make sure that you take notes, you are ready to ask any questions that may be applicable, and also you want to make sure that you can apply what you're learning in those speaking sessions. Now that we understand a little bit more about how to make the most of the educational aspects of a conference, let's talk a little bit about how to make the most of the networking opportunities that will be there as well. Networking can potentially be one of the most impactful parts of a trade show if done correctly. So here are some tips on how we feel you can do the best job of networking at a trade show. One of our first suggestions would be to eat lunch with new people. Lunch is one of the easiest times to meet new contacts and also be introduced to other people through people you may already know. Ask to join a table of faces that you may not be familiar with, and then strike up a convo. This can be as simple as, what do you think about the show, or what do you do for business? One of our other suggestions would be to introduce yourself to the exhibitors in the exhibit hall. Sometimes you may think that the trade show booths are just for sales pitches, but that's not entirely true. You may find yourself meeting some unique people, finding interesting or unique products that can actually help your business, and it also allows you to get free swag. So make sure you stop by the booths, introduce yourself, and ask those companies what they do and see what they can offer for you. Now, the sponsored networking activities are another great way to get your name out there and introduce yourself to other people. Keep your eyes out for these sponsored networking events like breakfasts, lunch, or even happy hours. These events offer a little bit more of a relaxed environment and provide a great opportunity to have casual conversations, exchange contact info, or even make introductions or get introductions from people that you've already met at the show. There are a number of other networking events that each conference will carve out to have available during the show times. These could be things like cocktail receptions, coffee breaks, or even speed networking opportunities. Much like the sponsored networking events, these offer a very great opportunity to have these casual conversations, meet new people, or just catch up with people that you've met previously. It's important at these networking events to always, again, make sure you have enough cards to pass out and leave an impact on these people, allow them to remember you for when they get back from the show themselves. All right, and there you have it, folks. Tips to make the most out of the conference while you're at the show. Remember, pack the essentials, focus on education, and take full advantage of all those networking opportunities that are in front of you. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe and share. Please don't forget to hit the bell to be notified for our next video, and we'll see you at the next conference.